Hey guys, I know this is a little bit of a different intro that you're used to seeing in my videos, but I got such an awesome response from the skincare chat that I did with Amber. I know all of y'all had a ton of questions, and we are going to get to that, I promise. We're trying to figure out a time to film, so just know that we have both read all the questions, and we will get to that. But I am on my way to get an actual HydraFacial, which I know is one of the main topics we talked about in that video. And I thought I'll bring you with me. So I brought Chad with me. He's filming. So say hi to everybody.
Hey guys.
And he's coming with me to get a HydraFacial so that he can film it and I can show y'all the steps and Amber can kind of explain it. We'll try to make it like brief. I won't make you watch the whole entire thing, but I thought it would be interesting and fun because I know a lot of y'all had questions about an actual HydraFacial and the procedure itself. So I'm going to take you along with me. So if you're interested to see me get a HydraFacial, then just keep on watching. Come in.
Housekeeping?
So you're just washing my face right now. Cause I had makeup on, y'all. I couldn't go to my kids' school without brows. Don't ever ask me to do that. But I just had that in a little concealer. But now my brows are gone. Right. They disappeared.
They're slowly going. Slowly going away.
Have to get a bottle the next time I go, which I think is in a couple weeks.
I'm dermaplaning, which dermaplaning removes dead skin and peach fuzz.
Which I have a lot of.
So I am putting on an oil. It's like a lavender. It's like a cocktail oil. It's got different essential oils to do the lymphatic drainage.
What's lymphatic drainage?
So we have a lymphatic system throughout our body that we want to make sure stays drained. And what that means is you want to make sure that you're moving the lymph throughout your body constantly. You don't want it to get stagnant because that's when you get swelling. You get puffiness. So it's basically after you have surgery, that's why the doctors and the nurses want you to get up and start walking immediately. You don't want to let that blood flow and that lymphatic system get stagnant. Helps to detoxify the body once that's flushed out. Think of like a lake and ocean. You have stagnant lake water. It just sits there, it gets real murky. It just doesn't move. The more it moves, like a wave in the ocean, the more it flushes out the lymphatic system. So it's just...
So basically it's to help with like swelling and...
Swelling helps with energy, helps with puffiness, helps with lymphatic or sinus drainage.
Oh, I need that.
So
right
a lot
now.
of people who have really puffy eyes and they have really bad sinus problems, they get lymphatic drainage. Like all of this through here, when you flush that out, helps to drain your sinuses. So your lymphatic system moves all the way throughout the body. So you want to bring it out and flush it. So this cup is basically going to pull the lymphatic out and down and out of the body. You're gonna excrete it. This basically pulls that lymph up into the cup. And then we push flush it out. That's why a lot of people like to get lymphatic drainage massages, because some people they hold water and they swell. Plus, it's a great way to detoxify the body. I have patients that come in after a facelift or a neck lift, and they're kind of lumpy, or they have some swelling. So this helps to get that lymphatic draining and out. So it helps with the lumpiness and the swelling. This always reminds me of, you know, there's a game where it's the little bitty shavings of metal, and then you have the magnet on top.
Yes.
And then you try to bring all the metal shavings to the magnet,
Yes.
and then you move it. That's exactly what this is doing.
Huh.
Same thing. If you do too much pressure, if there's too much suction, you'll collapse the lymphatic system. And then you won't be able to, it's almost like if you crimp a water hose.
Yes.
Then if you squeeze too hard, then the water can't move through, right? So it's the same thing. So you do just enough to suck that lymphatic up into the cup and drag it out, just like with the magnet.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. So it's really good for puffiness around the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
If you had, say, too many margaritas and lots of salt, and you get puffiness around the eye area, this really helps. So I used the pre-cleanse oil from Dermalogica, which is one of my favorites because it's like a pre-cleanse oil. Oil cuts oil. So there's a misconception. I think a lot of people think if I use oil on my face, it's gonna make me be, more oily and I'm gonna break out. Well, depending on which oil you're using, if you use the right thing, like a coconut oil or, a good pre-cleanse oil from a good reputable company, then you can pre-cleanse first and get rid of the makeup and then follow up with your cleanser afterwards. One thing that I do like to say, so many people don't realize the importance of exfoliation, and that's one of the things that I was saying on my video. And the reason that I make such a big deal about exfoliation is because you can't hydrate dead skin and make it look like glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. You can't get that nice glow and that nice supple skin without getting rid of that dead dry skin. So
and that leads into the makeup too, because everybody, like, the whole trend now is just glowy, glowy.
It's dewy.
And I don't think it's necessarily a trend. I think it's a trend with, like, all the highlighters, but it's classic youthful looking skin, and you can't get youthful looking skin without being dewy, and you can't be dewy unless with 20 layers of dead skin on your face.
And that's why I tell people all the time, you can spend $200 on a moisturizer. If you don't exfoliate, you're not going to get a benefit.
Right.
And that's why, whether it's dermaplaning, whether it's a scrub, whether it's, the retinol, whatever it is.
Right, so both physical and chemical exfoliation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, this is my Aven water. Absolutely love. I think every person should have this in their cabinet.
So when would you suggest using this?
All day, every day.
So it's kind of like just...
I do it before I put my moisturizer on. I do it after I put my makeup on.
So it's like a MAC Fix Plus. For people listening, and like if you aren't as into skincare but you're into makeup, it would be something like Fix Plus that you could use all the time.
It's just basically, and it's great to use with your hyaluronic acid, because obviously hyaluronic acid binds with water. So it just really, really helps to hydrate that skin.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
This is the cleansing and the exfoliating part of the HydraFacial. This is basically helping to break up that glue-like substance that holds our skin cells together. So dead skin, like we were just talking about, has to be removed. So this helps with removing the dead skin and cleansing. You can just keep your head straight for me.
And for those who are going to ask what it feels like, I mean,
I always say it's a little like a cat lick.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a little
you know, they have
scratchy.
the scratchy tongue. It's like that. It's not uncomfortable.
Or for those of you who have had a microdermabrasion before, it's like a wet microderm. And it's actually very similar to a microdermabrasion. Edge Systems is the name of this company, and they were actually the first company that came out with the original microdermabrasion. So this is very similar to that, except you're getting serums, hyaluronic acid, peptides, glycolic. You're getting a lot of other extras.
Right. I mean, I say it's not uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable for me. But if you're like new to skincare or new to physical exfoliation, I mean, you're gonna feel it. But I mean, this is the kind of pain I like.
And I can adjust the suction. So what I mean by customizing your HydraFacial, I can, you know, adjust the suction to your skin type. So if you're more thin skin or more fragile skin, you know, broken capillaries, things like that, then obviously your suction is going to be adjusted.
Do I have thin skin?
No.
Okay.
So then I'm going to get rid of this tip. And I'm going to put on the new tip because this is going to be your glycolic and your extraction step. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. And on Mandy, we're going to use a 15% glycolic acid and a 1.5 acid with salicylic. So this is going to be the exfoliation, anti-aging, so also I want to make sure that everyone knows that 3 days before your HydraFacial treatment, you stop any active products, meaning glycolic, retin-A, benzoyl peroxide, your alpha hydroxys, your betas, anything that's an active ingredient, just discontinue it for 3 days before so that you don't have any irritation or you don't have any sensitivity beforehand. And it's okay if you're flushed afterwards. This is increasing circulation. So that actually is a good thing because you want that blood flow. You want that, you know, that blood flow to move throughout the face. You want to help because this stimulates collagen. The handpiece is going to leave your face somewhat flushed, and that's not a bad thing.
Well, I get red really easy
You
anyway, so.
And some people are prone to more redness than others. And that's why I said, depending on your skin type, depends on the suction, depends on what glycolic I use. And of course, we would have a conversation about what you're using at home, so I'll know. But so this is the extraction. So basically what this is doing is it is pulling out any oil, any makeup, dead skin, off of the face up into the little handpiece. So people who are really, really oily, this is great. When I do this to myself, oh my gosh. So basically I'm just going in the T-zone area where you hold most oil, where there's more congestion. This is why I say this facial is like the best if you had to choose one, because you're getting everything. You're getting your cleansing, your exfoliation, your acid. I mean, you're getting your hydration, everything in one treatment.
Well, and it goes so much deeper than like a spa facial where they'll say you'll get all that stuff too, but it goes so much deeper.
It's just an infusion is just so different. So this is a Vortex infusion. Basically, think of like a tornado or a funnel cloud. it drops down out of the sky, touches, and then sucks up. This is the exact same thing. So it's basically just a vortex that's going down into the pore and bringing out any debris. Okay, now we're gonna do the hyaluronic acid.
My favorite thing ever.
I think it's all of our favorite. So hyaluronic acid is basically your hydration. It is your plumping. It's the same exact things in your fillers. So facial fillers, you know, your lip fillers, it's hyaluronic acid. It binds with water and plumps. Holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So when you exfoliate and then you put hyaluronic acid on, it's just, it's amazing. So I'm using the red light therapy to help push this hyaluronic acid into the skin even more. And it helps with circulation, helps to calm redness. Another thing that's really good too is using the red light therapy with the growth factor serum. When I use the growth factor serum, as soon as I'm done with that, I use the red light therapy to help push that in, help to make that penetrate deeper and better. You just get a better result. Okay, so I'm going to use the amazing TNS Essential Serum from Skin Medica. The Holy Grail.
I'm gonna bite the bullet and get it.
The most amazing growth factor serum on the market, I think. And I will show you what I mean. So this has 2 chambers. Your red is the growth factor. That is just straight TNS, tissue nutrient serum, growth factor. The white has your vitamin C, has antioxidants, it's got peptides. Amino acids.
It smells good too. Love the way it smells.
So this serum is going to run you about $300. And I know that is steep for some people.
However, like, what?
I will tell you, one of the reasons why it's so steep is because you're getting about 4 different products in one.
Right.
So that double chamber, you're getting your, you know, your vitamin C, your antioxidants, your amino acids, your peptides, you've got your growth factor. You're getting about $600 worth of product in one. So I recommend when you're using a jar to make sure, don't dip your finger in it. I always just take a Q-tip and just, this is the growth factor eye serum. That's about all you need.
That's what I use. I love that stuff.
You don't need very much.
Yep.
Just a dab will do you. Just keep your fingers out of your jars as much as possible.
I use 1 Q-tip a night. I put one side in my eye cream and the other side in my moisturizer.
Mm-hmm. And then I just roll it onto my finger. And in all actuality, you can use your growth factor serum underneath your eyes, and that can be your eye cream. Mm-hmm. It's not as hydrating as a cream.
But you could top it with another maybe like not $150 eye cream.
Right.
To get your hydration.
And then I take a little bit of whatever is extra and left, and I swipe around my lips. If there's any left. Now, because we did the vitamin C, I'm just going to go straight to my hyaluronic acid.
Which one's this? HA5. Oh, that's the Big Daddy version.
Mm-hmm. And that's about all I use.
Yep. Which is equivalent to about 1 pump if you had the regular pump one.
Good. Yeah, the Big Daddy. The Big Daddy HA5. And then I take my Aven thermal spray. And I just spritz in my hand, spritz over the face. Make sure that you get the neck and the décolleté area as well.
Well, now what's the décolleté area?
The décolleté or the décolletage is your chest area.
And that really, essentially, you try to take everything down there that you put on your face because that ages even quicker than your face.
Look up for me. And I will tell you, if you have a little bit of damp hands, a little bit of damp skin, your products are going to go all the way down. If you feel like your product isn't getting down there, just take your Aven water or just dip your hands under some cool water and just rub your hands together and then just slide. It's not going to dilute your product or make your product work any less.
Well, and we all have, like, I know half of y'all watching are like me and have like 20 different hydrating sprays. So I just keep one of them down in my bathroom by my skincare, or not in my, but by my skincare. And that's what I use. And I still have like 10 up in my vanity. So that could work too. Any kind of hydrating spray like that.
And then I'm going to use the Rejuvenative Moisturizer. It's a little bit more, more in the middle. It's not too lightweight because you're not oily.
Right.
But I don't want to use anything too heavy because you're not super duper dry.
Right.
So it's kind of normal to dry, middle of the road. And then my last favorite product, or I should say the last product I'm going to put on, I'm a big fan of Dermalogica's products as well. So this is the Dynamic Skin Recovery. It's an SPF 50. You can get the Dermalogica products at Ulta. I'm sure you can probably get it at Sephora as well. It's a little bit more affordable price-wise. And I love it because it leaves you dewy. It's not mattifying, it's great. And I always do the ears too, just to make sure, because people do get hyperpigmentation, sunspots on the ears, because we seem to leave
When they
that
get skin
out.
cancer on the ears, yeah.
We tend to leave that out. And then I always just finish off with the Aven water again, or there's different toners. There's, green tea sprays. There's all kinds of toners out there, but I like to finish with that one.
Good deal. So we're all done?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. I'll sit up here in a second so you can see. Oh, I'm nice and red. You can tell how, glowy my skin is right now if you take apart the redness, which y'all know I always have. Okay, so you can just see how, I can just, there's a mirror over here, and just seeing, I can see how glowy it is. Again, don't pay attention to the redness.
Let me get out of the way.
That's always there, but I can just tell. I look younger, don't I, babe?
Well,
You're married to a teenager.
Yeah, you were red as soon as I started cleansing.
Right. Yeah.
So some people are gonna flush more than others. Some people just have redness in their skin. So everyone's different as far as that goes. Some people, they don't have any redness when they're done, but majority of people, when you're using that type of stimulation over the face, even with just a good massage,
right,
you want some flushing, because then that's just that stimulation. It's just good, that circulation.
But this will go away. By the time I get home, it'll be diminished big time. But I don't even care because I look
nice and dewy.
Yay! I'm so glad. Yay! Thank you, Amber.
You're
so much. Again, I'm gonna leave all of her stuff, all of the information down in the description bar. I think she's already had someone from our last video call and book a HydraFacial with her this morning. So I'm so excited. But now y'all know, even if you're not in the Nashville area, y'all know the effects, y'all know the process. It's not as scary as being completely, not educated on it when you first go in there. So hopefully this video helped you in some kind of way. But I know a ton of y'all always ask me how my skin is so glowing and good, and part of it's genetics and the other part's HydraFacial. So hopefully this helped you. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.